And now the plain truth. As you've seen on our show, the government at times tells you lies. The deception is historic and continuous. The government needs to be exposed because it cannot be trusted to expose itself.
All right, folks, there is a lot going on right now. Decisions being made that are unprecedented and will have an overreaching impact on what it means to live in the United States of America.
I am not somebody who believes that the president has the authority to do whatever he wants or whatever she wants, whenever they want, just under the guise of counterterrorism.
The Obama administration telling federal judges in New Orleans yesterday that warrantless tracking of mobile devices is perfectly legal.
Just signed into law by the president, H.R. 347 gives federal agents sweeping powers to arrest and bring felony charges against citizens engaged in protests where the Secret Service is present.
The U.S. is funneling money into tracking systems that are threatening to make the very concept of privacy a thing of the past.
Technology that uses physiological and behavioral recognition to identify people.
Somebody can press a button and determine everywhere I've been, everything I've done, everyone I've been with.
Riot can map and analyze your locations, ultimately building a profile of your activities and movements. Later in the process, your relationships are analyzed, and in the end, you're assigned a risk level.
A police force able to figure out what criminals are going to do in advance?
FAST stands for Future Attribute Screening Technology. Future attributes, not the attributes you have now. The attributes you're gonna have and will be punished for later.
If you use a cell, a computer, or walk outside, the FBI now considers you a terrorist suspect with no right to privacy.
About $11.3 million to monitor for criticism, to monitor for dissent.
For a system to monitor blogs, message boards, and social media sites like Twitter, Facebook.
Will allow the government to keep data on anybody who uses any sort of news or media outlet to share, report, or stay informed.
It gives the military the power to indefinitely detain American citizens suspected, just suspected, not convicted, of some sort of involvement or affiliation with terrorism.
As much as we all want the country to be safe, want the authorities to be on top of it, are we really willing to have the government consider each and every one of us a terrorist? Because you see, that's essentially what's happening.
The Department of Homeland Security buying ammunition, now looking to purchase another 21 million rounds of ammunition. This in addition, of course, to the 1.6 billion rounds that Homeland Security has bought in just the past 10 months. Now, to put all of this in perspective, the military used approximately 70 million rounds each year of the Iraq War. 70 million rounds in a war.
The government does not need clear evidence to justify a deadly attack.
They can execute you, and we just had another ruling saying, well, even though it clearly seems to violate the Constitution, yep, that's what we're going to continue to do. Welcome to Obama's America, which seems startlingly similar to the Bush America.
The federal government has spent $34 billion on militarizing our local police enforcement.
The police forces in the United States have been increasingly weaponized with similar equipment to that of the U.S. military.
Several U.S. citizens have already been assassinated. Here, Black Hawks fly low on downtown Miami, strafing highways with machine gun fire in what authorities call a practice run.
The Constitution guarantees due process. It does not guarantee judicial process.
Because the main threat is you.